Okay, so hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's session on time. So as you all know, we are running a masterclass on the advanced Excel Forge component. So the major reason behind this topic is we came across many use cases in customer projects where customer wanted to to generate Excel reports of a certain template. Okay, so usually, you all may be aware of this node called Excel to record, record to Excel. So most of you may be wondering, so I can very well generate an Excel or download whatever the record that is there in my table via that node easily, right? Using record to Excel, right? But record to Excel, it helps only when you don't have much change to be done in the way the Excel looks. So it's like whatever the table data is there, you just have to download it in the form of an Excel. If that is the case, then you can very well go with record to Excel node that is there in any server action. While if you wish to change the way the Excel looks, like you have to group certain number of cells, you would like to change the background color of certain cells, or you would like to add some spacing, say you would like to add a header, a subheader, and then you would like to add certain fields within it. So if you wish to, if there is, if the customer has a certain template of Excel to be generated by the application, by the OutSystems application, then advanced Excel Forge component is the best and the only way possible. I mean, I wouldn't say only way, there are many other ways, but it's the best and most shortest way. No. Oh, so in this masterclass, I believe in the first session of the masterclass series, Hati Mary had highlighted about the different actions in the advanced Excel Forge components, such as how to protect a workbook, how to create a workbook. Correct. So in this session, we shall primarily be seeing how to write content, write data to a workbook, and then we will also be seeing how to download the workbook, and then what is the difference between creating a workbook and opening a workbook that already exists in Service Studio, right? And also we will be styling a group of cells via format cell range. So this is the topic that I have planned for today. So let's get started. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's create a new application. So in order to try this demo, I am going to refer some sample data that is there in the sample customer CS module. So we have customer table, company table. Let me add these two. Let me refresh all real quick and then let me apply. So let me drag and drop the customer table to the canvas. So dragging and dropping any entity to the canvas will automatically generate the list and detail screen, as you all may be knowing. Now in the generated customers screen, I'm just going to add one more button called download Excel. Okay, let me name this as download customer. Simple. Okay. So let me double click on this. Upon clicking this button, what I want here is I would like to download the content of the customer table as an Excel. So firstly, I'll just show you how to do it via the record to Excel list, which is the easiest way. Go to server action. I'll create a new server action called download customers simple. Okay. Within this, what I'll do, I'll read all the customer data via an aggregate. Once that is done, I'll convert whatever the records that this aggregate provides into an Excel. And also it's definitely a useful and a very important best practice to name every node suitably. Record list will be get customers. So you need to choose which columns will be part of the Excel. So I'll choose ID, title. No, I don't need title, first name, last name, birth date, email, phone. These to be part of my Excel. I'll choose this. And then I won't be able to download, I won't have the download node in the server actions. I'll return the binary data of this Excel as an output parameter. Customer Excel. Change this data type to binary data. Okay, then I'll drag drop and assign. I'll assign the customer, so this action customer record to Excel, it converts the list of records to an Excel sheet and it provides us a binary data file as output. So we'll be assigning this file to the customer Excel file, that which is the output parameter of our action. Then in the download customer simple, I'll call this action download customer simple. Then whatever this action returns as output, I will be downloading that as an Excel. Customers all.xlsx. Let's publish. Let's see how this looks. So if you are planning to get started generating an Excel report, just try, if this is the best way possible, the shortest way. Now know if the customer is not happy with the way this report looks. The customer is looking for some more additional look and feel, a better experience in the Excel. The look and feel of the Excel should be definitely changed. In that case, you can install advanced Excel Forge component and you can work with it. Okay. Okay. Let me download. As you can see here, an Excel has got downloaded. Let me open it. And it has got all the data, all the columns that we chose. So it's like if you only have to make changes to the data, then you can very well go with the record to Excel node. And whatever the data change you're supposed to do, you can very well do that via advanced SQL or aggregate. And whatever the list it provides, you simply, if you have to, populate the list, then this is the best way. Now, what if I want to highlight this column with background color, say radiant, and I would like to add a neat border to this Excel, right? Or I would like to, group by people who have the same last name or who were born in the same year. So if I were to group by in the sense if I were to merge certain columns. So if these were the cases, you cannot achieve it via record to Excel. So in such scenarios, what can we do? Let's see that. So for that, firstly, you advanced Excel Forge component. Then Let me go back to the customer screen. Okay, let me drag and drop another button called download customer. So it says simple, I'll say complex. So clicking on this button, I would like to generate another report. Now we are not going into generating a really complex report as we are just getting started with the component. So we'll first try understanding how the component works, like creating a workbook, opening a workbook, all of that. So let me double click, and here in this action, I'll do create another action called, let the best name will be download customer advanced. Let me create this action. Within this action, the same way, I'll read all the, okay. Here, firstly, what we are going to do is clicking on this button, download customer advanced. I would like to download an empty customer Excel. So let's see how to do it. So double click, I am creating an action called download customer advanced. Here, I'll actually reference some of the actions from the advanced Excel Forge component. It's loading here just fine. Let me close this. Let me publish this module and then I'll try referencing. So as you all may be knowing, there will be an exercise that I'll be sharing with all of you at the end of this session. Maybe I'll email you the assignment document. So whoever completes the assignment, the maybe the top 3 shall be considered for the certification voucher. Top 3 or top 1? There are 5 master classes. Yeah, the first candidate who mistakes shall be announced for the certification voucher. Now that I have published, let me try. Now let me reference some of the actions from the advanced Excel component. So I would need cell write, workbook open, workbook create, workbook get binary data, workbook close. That's it. These are enough for now. Let me apply. Okay. So I am going to first create a workbook. How to do it? I am going to call the action workbook create. And number of sheets will be 1. First sheet name will be customers. Then this is the action we use to create a workbook. So as it says, it creates a new Excel workbook of the first sheet. Then what I'm planning to do is I'll get the binary data of this Excel, So this is where this is an important action which will convert the workbook where you're adding data, reading, adding all the styling, everything to a file which you will be downloading from the UI. So get binary data action, it will need what exactly is the workbook you're trying to convert to the binary data. So if you click on the drop down, you'll see create workbook. Okay. Once this is done, then I'll be closing the workbook. Whatever the workbook that we created. This is all I'm going to do. Then, this action, it should return the file, right? The customer advanced binary data. Okay. So whatever I created, whatever the workbook I created, I would like to return that as an output to the client side. Okay, so here in the download customer complex action, I'll be calling this server action download customer advanced. Then whatever the server action returns, I will be downloading that as an Excel file. Make sure to add the extension in the file name. Only then the file will be, you will be able to open the file that gets generated. So extension is really important when you use the download node. Okay. I'll refresh. Okay. Let me click on download customer advanced. Okay. It has downloaded an Excel file and is yet to open. This is the Excel file. An empty Excel file has successfully got downloaded. Okay. So whatever we have written here, it is working just fine. We created a workbook, we converted it to binary data, we assigned it, we downloaded, we are closing it and we are downloading the center. Now I'm just going to add a small tweak here where we are downloading an empty Excel. Instead of it, I'm just planning to write some data to the Excel. So for that, let me drag and drop cell write. After creating the workbook, I'm going to write something in the created workbook. Okay, so in worksheet, please, this is very important. In worksheet, I will be providing the workbook that I created. Then cell row will be 1, cell column will be 1. Cell row is nothing but the exact cell where I would like to write the data. So I'll say row number 1, column number 1. I would like to type the value I would like to have. Now I would like to say customer ID. I would like to write this text. And then I would like to convert it to binary data, all of it, all the same thing I would like to do. So let me publish. Let's see what happens now. So in order to write the data to an Excel, we will be using the cell write action. Okay, it's done. Let me refresh the screen. Okay, let me click on download customer advanced. Do you see the error? Object reference not set to an instance of an object. So this was an error where I spent like half an hour of my time in understanding why was this error happening. So the only thing that I did was in the created workbook, I wrote something. I added this cell right node and it instantly caused this error. So somehow I'm not, I was not able to find out the root cause, but at least what I learned was in order to write something in an Excel, you have to open any existing workbook rather than creating it. That way, the logic worked. So what do I mean? Let me tell you. Let me disable this entire flow. Okay. Let me start something from scratch. So when I click on download advanced, instead of creating a new workbook, I would like to open an existing workbook. So let me go to data tab. So there is this action called workbook open, which opens an existing workbook and then edits it. So typically, this seems to be working, and even in our project, we stick to the same approach, and it worked. So I'll just import an empty Excel, okay, and which has just a heading to it. Let me show that to you. Customer simple customers is the Excel sheet. Not this. I would like to use this Excel with just one header row, number, name, email, country ID. So I'll import it as a resource in the resource folder. Once I'm done, I've got, okay, yeah. Now let me open this workbook. Okay. Once I'm done opening this workbook, I will select a sheet from the workbook. So there is another, although there is one workbook, there could be multiple sheets in that workbook, correct? You just have to be very specific on the sheet which where you are going to write the workbook select. Now, what is the workbook? I where worksheet select. So, which workbook should in which workbook should I select the sheet? The workbook that I just opened. Worksheet index. See, either you can give the sheet name or the index of the sheet. So, I prefer index. Okay, I would like to open the first index. No, now index starts with 1 here. It does not start with 0. Be very careful. Then I will write data to this open sheet. Cell right to the opened sheet. Sorry, to the selected sheet, because whatever I opened, it's nothing but a workbook. Row number 2, column number 2. Number 2, column number 2 will be the customer name field. So I would like to write my name, Krishnambal, in it. That's it. Then the usual gig, I'll generate the binary data for the selected worksheet. Then I will be assigning it to the output parameter. Then I will be closing the workbook. Make sure you are using select worksheet everywhere. Only then the logic will work. Then you publish it. So once this is done, we will then see how to style a sheet And then instead of writing just one random value in the Excel sheet, we will try inserting the proper customer record. Okay. Okay. We try one last time. Let me check if I can publish these modules. I can publish these. Let me publish this one now. Okay, great, it's working. So we're wrapping in another 5 minutes. It won't take longer. So since we were getting this error, we replaced workbook, editing the created workbook by opening an existing workbook from the resources folder, choosing a sheet from it, and then editing it. Okay, now let me click on download custom advanced. Okay. I'm getting the same error now. Not sure why. Let's see. Open the workbook. We are opening a workbook. We are selecting a worksheet from the opened workbook. Then we are writing it, selecting worksheet. We are closing the selected worksheet. Yep, just looks perfect to me. Let's see. Maybe we can. I'll remove the cell right, and then I'll try publishing it once again to see if is this the one causing the error. Okay. So let me do one thing. So actually, here I'm selecting a sheet, but here it is asking for a workbook, but I'm choosing a worksheet. So here instead of select one, I'll choose workbook underscore open workbook. Same goes here. I'll close the workbook that I opened. And then I'll add the cell right. I don't think this is the problem. Let me publish. Guys, we are almost there. So it's asking for a workbook team here. So here, okay, then this should be the problem. So in a cell right, it is asking for a worksheet, while in binary data close, it is asking for a workbook. So I guess that was the problem where, I tried giving a workbook as input to a worksheet. I guess that was why, it said object not set to an instance. It has not. I don't think it has anything to do with workbook create. I should have opened a sheet in the created workbook and then I should have started writing the data in the Excel. I guess that would have solved my problem. Now the Excel has successfully got downloaded. Let's see. It should say Krishna Ambal. Yes, great. Now that we are done, we will now be properly writing the customer data to this Excel. So I'll be reading all the customers. Then for each customer, I will be writing the customers. So I have to add two things. One is row index, the other one is column index. Row index by default, it will be 2. Column index by default, it will be 1. Okay. Then I will firstly be writing data to the, I'll be starting from the second row. So row index, second row, first column, value will be the ID of the customer. Okay. Then I'll be moving to the next column by incrementing the column index. Plus 1. Then again I'll be writing the next column data. So for the sake of time, I'm just not renaming the cells properly. Please bear with me. First name, I'll be writing the first name in the second column. Then I'll be incrementing the column, the third column. So in the third column, I should see, for your easy reference, I'm opening the customer advanced Excel. First column will be ID. First column is ID, second column is name, third column is email, fourth column is country ID. Third column is email. Okay, then I will be moving on to the next next record. So then in that case, I have to reset the column index to 1 and I have to increment the row index to 1. That way, I move to the next row. Now I should no longer be inserting record in the second row. Instead, I should be starting from the third row. Then I'll also do some nice styling. So there is this action called format advanced. Publish this and then we will see. I'm simply, when for each customer, I'm writing the customer ID. Write customer ID. Write customer name. Email. Country ID. Okay. And then here I'll say set index. Let's wait for some time and then I'll try publishing. Okay, done. Let's refresh. Okay, we have successfully downloaded the Excel, and here you go. There is data. Now, yeah, now that we have successfully built the Excel, we'll style the Excel. Go to advanced Excel. Cell format apply to range. Choose this. Before resetting, call this action. It actually applies style to a range. So worksheet will be the selected worksheet. Format, oh yeah, range will be expand the range. Start row will always be first row, first column. End row will be the row index. End column will be the current column index. So it's like first row, first column, from that to second row, second column. Then from first row, third row, third column, or second row, third column. So whatever you're iterating to that range, what style should you be applying? So I'll simply try some nice background color. So for that, in order to paste a background color, you may have to paste the hexa code of that color. So I'm just going to paste pink color. Okay, and the hexa code for pink is this. Background color is pink. Then border color, I'll go with brown. Yes, this is enough. Okay. Yeah, yes, this is enough for now. So I'll publish it and then we will see the output. With this, we are done with today's session. I'm extremely sorry for taking another 10 minutes of your time, but just wanted to wrap whatever we had planned for today. So, in our next session, we shall definitely be taking a look at how can we group or merge certain cells, and we can beautify our Excel further. That's what we will be seeing in our upcoming sessions. So we'll just see the output. And guys, like I said earlier, I'll be sharing the material for the exercise to be completed, to to all the participants of this session. Yeah, now let me click on download customer advanced. Do you see here the entire range? It has now been, now the background color is in pink. Because the font color, I guess it's in black or brown, not sure. Yeah, whatever styling that we added, it is different. So with this, thank you so much everyone for joining today's session. So you can very well let me know if there are any questions, since it's you can reach out to me via LinkedIn, and then your question I'll try the next session that will be happening next Thursday. So Tuesday, Hati Mary shall be covering the remaining topics that she started as part of session 1. And yeah, stay tuned for the exercise material that I shall be sharing. The first candidate to be submitting the completed assignment shall be winning the certification voucher. Thank you so much everyone for taking the time to listen and attend the session. Good day. Bye. Okay. So Shivam, I don't know if you were here. No, we don't have to. Once you close the worksheet, you won't be able to get the binary data of it. So this is how you should do: get the binary data, then close the worksheet. That should be the order. I was wondering if the recording will be uploaded. Yes, the recording will be uploaded definitely. Maybe in tomorrow, by tomorrow you'll find the recording. Then instead of assigning each cell, can't we apply the data to all the columns that returned as structure? Definitely we can. There are better ways to do it, but this for the sake of I wanted to stick to this approach. Yeah, thank you everyone.